So, hey guys, today's video is going to be ranking PBS Kids shows. I decided to do this tier list because this is the one that someone on YouTube did. I just watched the video of them ranking it. And I did find another one, but there's too many shows and some of them I didn't know. But, okay, we're going to start from like Barney the Dinosaur all the way down to Arthur. So, in my opinion, Barney the Dinosaur, I would say it's the best. Honestly, I love Barney the Dinosaur. I had a whole phase where all I would do was go on YouTube, type in Barney the Dinosaur, and watch it. I especially loved watching it in Hebrew for some reason. And I actually learned a little bit of singing the theme song, and I Love You song in Hebrew, actually. And I watched it a lot. It was one of my favorites. I remember when it was on TV. I remember when they took it off the air, like, and things. Fetch with Ruffman. I would say it's okay. Like, I watched it. I used to watch it, like, if I got up really early in middle school, like, earlier than normal, I would catch a glimpse of this before, Word Girl would start afterwards. I do remember this, but, like, I like it, but it's not my favorite. I would say it's okay. Next, is Maya and Miguel. I love Maya and Miguel. I can't decide if it should be good or the best. So I'm gonna put it in good. It's such a good show. It's about two, like, brothers and sisters with their best friends, like, and their cousin and their family. It's all about, like, family, friends, solving problems and challenges of life. It's really good. Bob the Builder. I do love Bob the Builder because I actually used to watch Bob the Builder a lot, especially because I had this one tape, which I still have the tape, but it was like Bob the Builder. Yes, the photo they are using is the newer Bob the Builder, and the newer one is trash. It shouldn't even be watched. It's not even good at all. So, but Bob the Builder, the original, yes. The theme song's the best. It goes like, Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can. What's the good thing, sorry? Dragon Tales? That's the best, honestly. I love Dragon Tales. I have Dragon Tales on a copied DVD. I think I have two Dragon Tale tapes, and I actually have a Dragon Tale plushies of Org, not the blue one, and then Cassie is one of the Dragon Tale characters I have. I used to watch it all the time. I remember when they still had it on TV. And I remember specifically going on the PBS Kids website on my laptop or computer, and I remember they used to have the games on there. My favorite game was the music game. I don't know if anyone remembers it, but it was like where you gotta create your own music. It was like the Dragon Tales characters. I love the show. The theme song's so good. Like, I could, like, listen to this theme song all day if I could. Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales. It's almost time for Dragon Tales. Come on, take my hand. Let's all go to Dragonland. And, yeah, Dragon Tales is the best. Zabumafu. I never really watched this show that much. I'm gonna put it in good because I do like the show. Because I do love, like, when it was like Wildcats and things. I love Wildcats and things. But Zubuzu, I specifically remember the first time I ever saw the show. My little cousin was really little. He was just a toddler, and he absolutely loved the show. And that's when I actually first watched the show, and I ended up liking it. And I've watched episodes I found on YouTube and things. And it's a good show. The theme songs makes you want to jump around, dance. Walking in the woods one day, Christmas and saw something strange. A little leaping lemur, lots of bells and play. Following that new arrow friend. Da 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 da. If I know the theme song, I will definitely sing it. But Subufu is a really good show. If you haven't watched it, go to. But before Subumafu, Kristen and Martin Krat brothers did another show for PBS, which was called Krat Creatures. Never watched. Don't know the premise of it. Then they did Subumafu, and they're still continuing Wildcats. And if you haven't watched the new Wildcat movie, go to PBS Kids right now on the app to watch it now before they might not have it on the app anymore. So it's a good movie. Clifford the Big Red Dog. I love Clifford the Big Red Dog. I had a stuffed animal of him. I don't think I have the stuffed animal anymore, but Clifford's one of the best. A lot of them are going to go in the best because honestly, I watch Clifford a lot, and I even have Clifford on DVD. I have a copy DVD of it, and then I have two different Clifford tapes. One didn't work. I bought it and it didn't work. Another one I bought and it works. And then on DVD I have the Clifford the Big Red Dog movie. And you might be like, you might be confused because there is two Clifford movies. One that came out in like around 2020. But I'm talking about the original animated movie of Clifford the Big Red Dog, which is such a good movie if you haven't seen it. I don't know where you can find it, but I bet you could go on YouTube. Maybe someone's uploaded it somewhere, or you can rent it. But so far, that's it about Clifford. Such a good show. I love Clifford, the big red dog. Boom, boom. Next, it looks like Dancing Bears. I honestly love the Dancing Bears. I had books I had like the Ready to Read books of Dancing Bears, and then I had some of the Edder books. Elementary school, I didn't care what grade I was in. I always liked to check out the Arthur books and Dancing Bear books a lot because they're such a good books. And I still have some of my Dancing Bear books, I think. And it's such a good show. This version that I watched wasn't the original. Apparently, there's one that came out in the I think like around the 80s and 90s. But this version was always my favorite. Somewhere deep in their country, live the Dancing Bear family, kind of furry around their torso. The people only know so. Okay, that's the Dancing Bear. It's such a you can find it on YouTube. I do have Dancing Bears on DVD. Only one on DVD. Okay, next is Sagwa the Chinese Cat. I'm gonna put that in okay. Honestly, I barely remember the show. I remember once it was on TV, never saw it again, but I love the theme song. Like, I will just listen to the theme song and start singing it, but I'm not going to sing it right now because it's kind of hard since it's in, like, a different language, so that's it. Next is Zoom. I'm not sure where I'm going to place it. I would put it in I never watched it when it aired. I've seen the theme song and theme song videos I like to watch and listen to. I haven't seen I've seen a little bit of an episode through YouTube, but it didn't have the full episode, so I'm gonna put that and never watched. The theme song is so good. It's like, come on in, Zoom, come on in, Zoom, come on in, Zoom, come on in, Zoom, 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 bum, bum. Okay. And finally, next show is going in the worst. Between the Lines. I remember watching it. I kind of liked it, but not really. But when it came to this creepy puppet, let me look up the puppet from Between the Lines to show you. Wait. Okay. Creepy puppet. Okay, let's go to the images. This was the puppet. Like, I remember this on Between the Lions. He scared me. He was a segment character, but Artie Smarty Pants is the reason why this show goes in the worst. He is the creepy, like, I don't know. He's just like nightmares. But I'm going to stop looking at this because it's really creepy, and you guys might get nightmares seeing this for way too long. That's why it goes worse. The lions are okay. It was just that puppet that ruined the whole show for me. And the next show is Caillou. People are probably going to be thinking it should go in the worst, but in my opinion, it's a good show. Like, sometimes I will still, like, go and watch it, because Caillou was my favorite. And when I really liked Caillou, it was very hard to find Caillou toys anywhere. I used to have this Caillou doll with a jacket and, like, that you could take off. He had his hat. I think you could take off his hat, maybe. And he had some shorts on and plushy shoes. But he speaks in English, Spanish, and French apparently. Apparently Caillou must be big for French people, I'm guessing. He taught you things, and yeah, I don't have that Caillou anymore. I did get rid of him. I do have a smaller Caillou somewhere. Was wearing like a striped shirt and his hat. I don't know. It was a good show. I always liked it. It was such. I can understand why now, because people hate it because it's annoying and they think their kids will act like him. But honestly, Caillou is acting like every average preschooler, 4-year-old. I'm not saying all of them like to act up and have sex, but that's just my opinion. And next is Teletubbies. 100% going the best. I love Teletubbies. I have Teletubbies on DVD, which is my favorite Teletubby episode is the one I have on DVD, and it's the Tubby Toast episode. They press the Tubby Toast button. The Tubby Toast explodes. Tubby Toast is flying everywhere, flying out of the Tubby house. I don't know what they call their house mountain thing. But it was such a good episode, and I always wanted their cleaning robot dude, Nunu. I always wanted him. I wish he was like real. I do have 5 different Teletubby characters, like plushies. 3 of them are beanbag ones, like not like beanbags, but they're filled with like the beanbag stuff inside. One like you shake, and it's like making like a sound. I don't know. It sounds like I can't explain it. And then I recently just got a Teletubby. It was like brand new. It was brand new from its packaging. Burger King. I did open it up, but I kept the packaging. It was Teletubby Dipsy Burger King. So I got it like over spring break at an antique store, and I was so happy to find it because that was the specific Teletubby Dipsy I remember my grandma had at her house, and I always wanted it, and I found my own. My favorite Teletubby is Poe. I don't know, Poe was cute. My whole life I actually thought Poe was a boy until I realized she was a girl, and realized that they were calling her a she, and I thought he was a he. And I thought Lala was the only girl, but didn't. And I do remember, guys, like, at church, we had this Teletubby puzzle of Poe on its scooter, and I used to build the puzzle. Okay, let's see what the next show is. Okay, next is Electric Company. I'm gonna put it in good. I do remember watching it a lot on TV, and then it, like, literally disappeared off the face of Earth, and I feel like they should still have it on there. I loved, like, going to the PSK website, playing the games on there. But especially, like, I think you designed your own character. and there's like these like robots. You had to do different challenges and things. I can't exactly remember what the game was called, and I even like personally emailed PBS Kids to email them personally just for them to bring back the electric company website, and I messaged them around 2019, 2020. Still haven't gotten an email back from them, so my email and took into consideration that they don't care to bring that back. And apparently, a few years ago, I did find that they had the seasons on Hulu. I'm not sure if it's still on Hulu, but you can check if you want to watch it again. Next is Dinosaur Train. I would put it in the best, and I would put it in good because it's a good show. But I'm gonna put it in okay. I did like Dinosaur Train. I watched all the time. I actually had a Dinosaur Train playset. I think my grandma got me for Christmas. But it was like you built the train track, then you had like Conductor, and I think and Buddy were the two. I think Buddy the dinosaur. I think were both the characters, and you put batteries in it. But it had like a little small light on the train. You put the train. Oh, and it had the big long like blue dinosaur who always had her own special car at the back. Her tail would be sticking out the back. The top would be an open roof. It had her, I think, Buddy, and Mr. Conductor, and you put it on the track. You press the button, and it would just go around the track. Or you could let it go across the floor, but it always, if you put it across the floor, make sure your floor was clean. Or hair would get stuck in the wheel situation. That was a good show. I did really like that. And I forgot to sing the Electric Company theme song for you guys, but we'll forget about that. But Dinosaur Train, woo woo. Once upon a time, there was a mom. Her name was Mrs. Trinidad. The guy next to her cat. Oh boy, my legs are itch. And it's a good show. Next is Peep in the Big Wide World. I absolutely love this show. I remember Netflix one time had the whole entire seasons on there, and they watch it all the time. Then Netflix got rid of it, like Netflix gets rid of everyone's favorite shows just to make them start a petition and get mad at them or want to sue them. But you can find it on YouTube. The show was basically about Peep, the yellow chicken dude who didn't have any arms, Chirp, the red bird. I think it's something like a robin-like bird, and then Quack, the random silly duck who always wears the white hat. It just brought their life, their day going on, and things. I put it in the best tier because I absolutely just love the show. The theme song is so good, but yeah, it's I don't know have that much to say about the show, but it's really good. Next we have is Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Don't get that confused with boring Daniel Tiger. It's Mr. Rogers. I'm not gonna put it in the best, but it's a really good show. I do remember a point in time I actually got to see Mr. Rogers. One episode was airing on TV when I was younger, but other than that, it was never on TV. But they did keep I don't know if they still have it anymore, but they did keep the Mr. Rogers game website thing on the PBS Kids game website for longer than most of the other shows I've mentioned, like Dragon Tales got rid of it too quickly. Same with Teletubbies and the original Clifford thing. But I used to play this. I loved feeding Mr. Rogers fish because he had a fish tank and you could click on it and feed it. Like the website was like basically set up like Mr. Rogers' house. You click different things and it would take you to different activities and things. That was fun. Next is Reading Rainbow. I would put that in okay. I love the theme song. Such a good theme song. didn't watch the show that much. Remember, I think it was like around fourth grade of elementary school. And I think our teacher put this on sometimes. But we mostly watched Magic School Bus and Bill Nye a lot. It was just for one of the things we were learning. I think reading Rainbow and was involved as part of it. It's a good show. I like the host. He's really fun, friendly, and things. A butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book of reading Rainbow. Next is Word World. Okay. It's hard to decide if it should go in good or the best. So I'm going to add a new tier. Add a row below. I'm going to name it real quick. Called Can't Decide. So this is going in the Can't Decide section, which I'm going to change the color just so it won't clash with every other. Can't decide if it should be good or best. I do love Word World. I used to watch it live whenever it be on TV. I always loved the dog, mainly because I love dogs. It's weird how all the other animal like word creatures like they talk like humans, but then dogs just they're like barking like a normal dog. Well, sheep, pig, ant, and frog, and the quack, the bird, the duck, they just talk like humans. I do love the duck. He was so funny. So I don't know why with PBS Kids, but they had a duck. The duck was supposed to be a funny, hilarious, silly duck character. It was such a good show. I watched it all the time. Like, probably it helped me learn how to spell words, but I still don't know how to spell properly. And I actually have it on DVD. It's such a good show. Welcome to our world. Word World. Welcome to our world. Word World. Yay! Next show is Big on the Couch. Sorry, it's going and never watched. I never watched this. I all I know it was late '90s, early 2000s. It wasn't on when I was watching PBS Kids. I don't know when it stopped airing on PBS. Never watched, but I've heard the theme song from theme song videos. Don't really care because it basically looks like clowns, kind of creepy. And next is Angelina Ballerina. This photo is of the Angelina Ballerina Next Step, I think that's what it's called. That was my favorite version, but I do remember the original version used to be on Netflix. Like, it was old, like, pencil drawing animation before they did, like, this type of animation. But I loved Angelina Ballerina. Maybe that's the reason why I wanted to be in ballet and dance. I loved it. It's such a good show. Angelina Ballerina. Na 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 na. Okay, I'm putting it in Can't Decide because it's a good show, but it could also go in best. So it's like it's half good but half best. It's a good show. A lot about dancing. So the show premise is about Angelina Ballerina with her group of friends. She was friends with like two different girls and two guys for the main like group. And they went to school, but they went to not a normal school. It was like a dancing school. So I don't know if Angelina was supposed to be like in elementary school or middle school. I'm guessing maybe middle school by the tall age of the characters. But it was like a regular school, but then they also did dance class and did ballet and learning different dances and hip hop and things. Next is Thomas the Train. I'm gonna put it in okay. I did love Thomas the Train. I had it on DVD. I actually had two DVDs of Thomas the Train, gave them both to my cousin. And this one DVD, I love the case. I was wondering why did I love the case? Because the DVD case, you could press buttons on it, and it played different like common frame sounds and songs. It's like those books you press with all the sounds and songs. But this was a DVD version. It was good. I don't remember it. My favorite version of the theme song is the lyric version. It's the best. There's two, there's four, there's six, there's eight. Something trucks and falling crates. Red and green and brown and blue. Never really useful clue. I would keep singing, but I don't want to get copyrighted by stupid YouTube who copyrights me all the time, even if I give credit to people. And next is Sesame Street. I gotta put Sesame Street in the best. Sesame Street, I had the biggest obsession with Sesame Street, but not just Sesame Street itself. Elmo specifically. I had two giant Elmo that I would carry around everywhere. Then I have two smaller Elmos. And then I had all the Elmo DVDs, like all the Elmo's World DVDs. And things. And I have Elmo and Grouchland on DVD. I have the Abby and Wonderland on DVD. I have Follow That Bird, which is my favorite out of Sesame Street movies that I know of. Because Follow That Bird is about Big Bird. Big Bird ends up getting sent into a foster family, like a adopted home for some reason. It was weird. He tried to find his way back to Sesame Street with his real friends and family. It was good. I love that movie. If you haven't watched Follow That Bird, you can find it on YouTube, The Rant, but if you go on Tubi, it's on there for free, because Tubi is a free streaming service you can use. And no, it's not, I'm not sponsored by Tubi. I just wanted to mention one of my favorite streaming services they have. They even have like the fake rip-offs for different movies. They have like all these different types of movies and shows that you probably forgot about or never heard of. So, next is Curious George is the best. I have a Curious George plushie, and it's not the one that looks like the cartoon version. It's actually the original book version Curious George. I think I have some Curious George books. I can't exactly remember. I also have a little cousin who loves Curious George too, so. And I have the first movie on DVD. Then, at Goodwill, I think it was last year, I found a Curious George tape of the original Curious George show, which was actually, it was like shorts, shows that segment things that was on PBS. I never really knew that. I heard about it once on TikTok, forgot about it. Found the original, it's on tape. You can try to look it up on YouTube. I haven't yet, but you can if you want. And next is Super Y. I'm putting Super Y in the worst. Second worst. First was Between the Lines. Next, I did really like Super Y. I used to play the music game. I think it was some type of music game they had on the website. The show got ruined now because if you don't know, they added a comic book version, which wasn't needed in the first place. The show was fine without you trying to do more to it. But Super Y, I'm not going to say that much about it. I just remember my favorite part was the ending song. It was like, hip, hip, hooray, something like that. I don't remember. But not the best, but I'll still sing the theme song because that's what I do here. But yeah, I forgot what the theme song goes like, but oh well. Next, let's go to Cyber Chase. Cyber Chase goes in the good. I love the show. The show taught me about math, kind of. Honestly, the math they were learning seemed very hard and confusing. It almost seemed like algebra or like older math where you learn in like 8th grade to high school years, I think. Maybe not. It always seems, but I love the premise. And if you didn't know, the person who's Hacker, also, the voice actor who played Hacker, I don't know their actual name. I only know them as Doc from Back to the Future. But he does the voice for Hacker if you didn't know. It's a good show. It's about a group of three friends from the human world end up in this cyberspace world. They end up meeting Motherboard, which they have to try to help and save the Mother World thing. With their also new acquiredly friend, which is called Digit. He's like a he's like a robot flying bird thing. I don't know how to explain him. And they have to all save the world while using math and solving problem skills to basically save the world, the universe, save the cities. And hackers trying to destroy things and have everything be his way. So next is Super Science Kid. I'm gonna put that in. Okay, I do like Super Science Kid. I got so excited watching it. I remember like sitting there like once it started. I was so excited. Super Science Kid so good. Like the theme song, like the theme song. I remember like a few years ago or something. That it got popular on TikTok. The theme song. It goes like, "I'm looking for my friend. I'm looking for you. Hey, there's Zero. Watch what I can do." Like, the theme song. I probably messed up the front order in the theme song, but who cares? It's about this kid. His name is Sid. He has a baby brother, a mom, and a dad. And it's like a lot of the episodes were him like going to school, but some would be after some episodes. And also he had a grandma that lived at his house too, I think. But some was after school play dates with friends. It's mostly about him having a question about something, and him is trying to investigate and figure out more behind his question. It's a good show. I'm not saying it's good, but I'm not saying it's the best, so I put it in okay. Next, I'm gonna say is Word Girl. Gotta put it in the best. I love Word Girl. I still watch it. I watched it recently with one of my cousins, and they were younger, and they ended up liking it. I think the show Word Girl is basically about this girl named her superhero name is Word Girl, but she ended up being called Becky. Apparently, she was from Super Planet Tron 8, I think. She was from Super Planet. There's a monkey who was apparently supposed to be a pilot. She was a baby. She ended up on the ship The Monkey. They crashed on Earth. This young, very clueless couple, the Bobster family, saw the monkey and saw the baby and decided to adopt them, sort of, but not, and then claiming Weber Becky as their child. But then end up forgetting it years later when they all end up having another child, which is TJ, who's actually their only real child, but she's a superhero. Well, she teaches you about words, like the meaning of words, like what does like fun mean and things. Like not like the word fun, but like different words, harder words, and she had to save not the world. She had to save her town, her city, from Dr. Two Brain. It's the sandwich guy. There's the meat guy. There's a lot. There's the question mark lady and Mr. Boss. There's a lot of villains. It was so good. I can't say who my favorite villain is because I don't have it, but I did like Dr. Two Brain. He was basically a half. He kind of seemed like a half mouse rat human thing with a little tiny brain. But I loved that he loved cheese. And I always felt sorry for his henchmen because he was so treated bad. But that's where Girl next is my speaks. It's going the best. Yes, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the best so far. I love Marvel Speaks. I watch it all the time. I still watch it. I watch it with my dog. My dog likes the show, so my dog Isabella watches it with me. So the story, how it started. Martha with the dog. They decided, Helen decided, well, I don't want to eat my soup, so I'm going to give it to my dog. the letters didn't go down in her stomach. It went lost in her brain, and that's how she started speaking. First, the family in the first episode, they got annoyed that she was speaking in things. But did you know originally Martha Speaks was a book? Then they turned it into a TV show like many years later. I found that out from a Reading Rainbow episode where the dog was telling a story about Martha Speaks. But yeah, the show's about the dog named Martha. With her owners, like there is Helen, her owner, then her two parents. I forgot their names. Mary Ellen's the mom name. I forgot the dad's name. And then they have another dog, Skits, and then of course there is Helen's little baby brother, Jake. Which one episode, Jake started acting like Martha and forgot how to walk again. It was really weird. And then there's her cousin, Carolina, who's the older cousin, kind of trying to be the bossy kind of person, telling her that she has bad sense of style. Then there's their friend, Truman. He's kind of like smart, likes books. Then there is TD. He's cool, never likes to do his homework. He's always making up stories and comics and things. TD and Buster Baxter from Arthur seem like they would be friends. Like, they have like similar personalities. If those shows had a crossover, they would be like best friends. And then there's their clumsy friend Alice. She's the most clumsiest person you'll meet, but she's a very nice character. And lastly, not least, out of this whole entire list, is going the best is Arthur, which is my favorite out of all of these shows. I've seen every single Arthur episode about over 1,000 times. I know everything about every character. Like, you could quiz me so hard on Arthur things, and I'll tell you who that character is, who they're related to, like, what's their favorite show and things. So, Arthur is about Arthur the Aardvark. It's a story about his life, growing up with challenges with his friends, his family, even growing up with challenges. Like, they went to dark topics. Like when in the last episode, not the very last episode, but it was part of the last episode thing, when Francine lost her grandma, which her grandma was such a sweet character. And then when, like, Arthur's grandpa got Alzheimer's, and then, like, something about almost, like, banning their favorite books, just a lot, or, like, justice for Mrs. O'Grady to get more help, and things. So it's about the aardvark Arthur, his parents, Jane and David Reed, his little sister, DW, who's annoying, almost like a brat, kind of. But honestly, I do really like DW. And then little baby Kate. And then there's Arthur's friends, best friend Buster, there's Francine, and there's Muffy, there's also George, there is LaDonna, there is Fern, there's even I'm not going to say this is one of Arthur's friends, but there's that very rare character, Maria, there's the Brain, and then there's Binky. Binky's like the bully to George and things, and was with the tough customers. But then he's like Arthur's friends. He has like two side personalities. He changes from his friends and things. Honestly, if you didn't know, I really like Molly and LaDonna. They're my two favorites in the show. Molly, I like how she's cool, tough, she's a skater girl. LaDonna, she's funny, I love her Louisiana, like, accent and, like, her Louisiana self. It's a good show, and I'm not going to say how many Arthur things they have, but I can't count how many books they have. I have a bunch of Arthur books. I'm trying to collect every single Arthur book out there. I have the chapter books. I have the baby books. I have just like I think I have one of like the ready to read Arthur books. Then I just have the regular picture books, the hardback books, I have two Arthur plushies. One is from the 90s, and then one is from the 2000s. And then I have the latest Arthur book from a few years ago. And the thing is, I have actually I have three special Arthur books. Well, two special Arthur books, one special Arthur plushie. So one, I went to Goodwill and I found these Arthur books. I opened inside, and you know what? Mark Brown actually signed the Arthur book that I found at Goodwill. It was one he signed, and he would draw a little picture of Arthur. It's for someone else, but I wanted to tell you that story, but that happened way later after this next story I'm going to tell you. I actually got the chance to meet Arthur from Mark Brown a few years ago. I can't remember when, but I got to meet him. I got to talk to him and things. Like, we did the thing so I could go early so we can meet him and things. It was so amazing. He signed the latest Arthur book to come out that I had. He signed even the bottom foot of my Arthur plushie. I would take picture if I would like show you guys pictures of me meeting Mark Brown, but I'm not doing a face reveal yet. But I did film some things on my TikTok about it, like when I was there. I don't want to reveal too much things from there because a lot of them is like some stories and things he's said not to tell people. But all I'm saying is Mark Brown, he created the Arthur books. He worked on the TV show. He's one of the greatest all-time authors. I love the Arthur franchise. I've been watching Arthur since I was like about 3 years old, so, and I'm still watching it constantly. I'm constantly going on the PBS Kids video app just to whatever see if there's like more episodes put on there to watch. I go on YouTube to watch it. And I would always go on the PBS Kids website, play the games. My favorite game was Crank It Up. So it was where DW, she's on this bike that's connected to this Ferris wheel pulley thing with tin cans. You put different items on each like whatever tray or something, and it would play different music. You can make your own music and songs. But they got rid of my favorite Arthur games. I think they might still have Don't Wait, Kate, and Lunchomatic one, or from the originals they still have. I do like the Arthur's Top 20 game. I play that one a lot. And I do like the Cinderella, Goldilocks, and Three Bears like puppet one. And I loved when you help like the supermarket one, where you help DW do the supermarket things. And I remember the original PBS Kid Arthur like website page where you clicked on the treehouse, so you could go to Arthur's treehouse. You could click on all his like group of friends that they had there, and like you could learn about them. You could like hear their favorite songs and things. It was really cool. And all I'm saying is, Mark Brown, just because he stopped doing Arthur, he did reveal that he is working on a brand new show. But I'm not gonna tell you any more about the show. All I'm gonna say it's not like it's kind of not similar to Arthur, but like involving animals again. And someone did ask him if it's gonna be pitched to PBS. He's not sure yet where the show is gonna be. That's all I'm gonna tell you. And all I'm gonna say is Muffy was actually inspired by someone he knew from school, but I'm not gonna say any more about that. I could talk hours to you guys about Arthur, but I'm gonna end this video so I can upload it. So I hope you guys liked me talking about PS Kids shows doing this tier list maker. And you guys can find it too if you type in whatever PBS Kid tier makers. Click the one on the bottom to get the exact same tier list as mine. if you click the one at the top, there's too many shows and too much. I do wish there's some other shows, but on here, like, there's honorable mention shows like Wishbone I really liked, and JJ the Jet Plane. I tried watching a JJ the Jet Plane episode yesterday. Like, I remember loving the show, but as I started, I didn't like how the animation, the way their mouth was moving, kind of creeped me out a little bit again. But there's more shows I can talk about. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!